Hello, everyone, and welcome to another week of the Weekly Psychic Review. So, yeah, we're doing this from the Monday, the 24th of August through to Sunday, the 30th of August. So, I hope you've had a great week and you've been enjoying yourself. So, just to explain how I work with my guides and all those in spirit who love me. I ask them to give you what you need for the upcoming week, give you healing, any tips or techniques or practices along with that as well, if it's appropriate for the week coming up. Okay, beautiful. If you just give me a sec, I'll just seal off, tune in, call my guides in, and we'll get straight into our work together. All right. So this is really interesting. Okay, so they're talking about the integration of the self you are now, of the child self, and of the, you could say, your higher self, you could say the wiser part of yourself, whatever you want to call it. It's got a lot of different names. Could call it the part of you that stays back at home with Source or God or whatever you want to call it. So just having a bit of a giggle with that, because really, and this is a good point, like I find it a little bit difficult personally to actually say the word God. I don't really align too much with that word. It doesn't have a great connotations for me, so I made up other words to describe that beautiful energy. So it's that thing, and they're saying we're inviting you to, make your own groove up here. If you don't want to call it the G word, we'll say, I call it the Great Spirit, I call it Source, I call it awesomeness, I call it a lot of things. Say a word which flows with you, which you feel comfortable with, because there's a lot of kind of they're saying misconception around what this energy is, and it's all around love. It's all around support, and it's all around the connection, the integration and connection of all things, and that's really what's going on with who you are as a person now, the inner child within you, and also that higher part of you, whatever you want to call it, your higher self, whatever. It's that thing that, when you're able to integrate these three aspects of yourself and who you are, and this is really when you can really be in flow. And they're saying too, when you're just in that groove where, you think about something, you're like, oh yeah, this would be really cool to do. Next thing you know, boom, somebody calls you up, goes, hey, I've got this thing for you. Do you want to do this? They're like, yeah. You just jump on it straight away. Everything's in flow. You're just kind of bouncing from one thing to the next thing. This is where that really beautiful integration and that sort of that flow is occurring, and that connection of those three aspects of you. Because it's that thing that, the inner child never goes away. The higher self never goes away. And hey, if you're in a physical body, you're still here as well, so you don't go away either. So it's really about, taking the woo-woo out of it, and really about making it something that's a lot more easy to understand, and it's a lot more, they're saying not just comprehensive, but compatible. Compatible's the word. Compatible with who you are and how you feel. And it's that thing that a lot of the time, people searching, they're like, I'm trying to find myself, I'm trying to find who I am, or I'm trying to find, great spirit or source inside of me. I'm trying to figure out what that is. And it's that thing really where, if you just slow down and you allow and you just flow, that these elements are going to come together. When you're having fun, when you're inviting that inner child in, you're having fun, you're laughing, you're having a good time. When you've got the wisdom, to, to let go, to know what you want to do, to, know what's actually appropriate at that time. This is like the higher self. And, for you to be able to listen and to understand, in the physical self, in who you are now, this is a really beautiful integration. It doesn't have to be hard. It's just about, okay, what feels good, what's right, what's going to work. If something doesn't start to work, it's like, okay, maybe I've got to, just sort of reroute or create a bit of a, not a detour, but a new path with that as well. So, okay, yeah, so I'm getting told to get on with the weekly review. So, so Monday, what's going on Monday? So, Monday, okay, this is cool. So, they're talking about colour therapy for Monday, because Monday, and they just said, Monday can be a blue day, because people don't want to get back to work, they might have had a big weekend, they might be hungover, they might be tired, they might have, done a lot of stuff over the weekend. They're like, oh, I just can't be bothered. And it's that thing about feeling blue, feeling like, you just can't be bothered going there. But it's that thing, it's like, this is about changing it around. So it's funny, actually, I've got a blue shirt on. It's one of my favourite colours, actually. They're laughing about that. It is one of my favourite colours. I love blue. But it's that thing, too, about, using colour to stimulate you, to, bring some pizzazz, funny word, bring some fabulousness, some awesomeness, some excitement into your day. So that could be, they're showing me food. It could be, bringing some yellows, some oranges, whatever colour you feel is bright and awesome and it's going to bring, lots of fun and fabulousness into your day. Okay, so Tuesday. So Tuesday too, this is about actually picking and choosing, what you're going to. It's about expectation, actually. So they're saying, in the morning before you actually, get up and go for work and that sort of thing, or you get up to get sorted, or if you're not working or whatever the case, it's that thing. Why don't you take a couple of minutes and just sit in bed, or just take a couple of minutes, sit in your chair, close your eyes, and just create the day that you want to create. Is it going to be fun? Is it going to be happy? Is it going to be full of exciting stuff? Is it going to be nice and chilled out? But it's that thing about, creating that day that you want. And when you do this, I call it the Trinity of affirmations, but we're going to use it without an affirmation. It's about visualizing what you want. If you can't visualize it, just try to visualize what you think you might want for the day, and then bring that visual in, bring the feeling in with that visual. So, you're creating your day, it's down the base, you're bringing in the feeling of what you want to bring in, you're bringing in the vision of what you want to bring in as well. So it makes that really beautiful, triangle, the Trinity, you could call it, whatever you want to call it anyway. But try it out, see how you go. Okay, so for Wednesday, so Wednesday, this is, this is funny because, and this is coming up a lot recently, and I know I talk about it a lot, but it's that thing about what are you holding on to? What isn't fitting for you? What isn't good for you? Or the other way, and we're going to reframe this, is what is good for you? What do you enjoy? And it's that thing about going, okay, if you've never heard the term keep your eye on the prize, it's about keep your eye on the awesomeness in your life. Keep your eye on the fun, keep your mind on the fun, and that sort of thing. So sometimes you don't quite know what you want to release or what you want to purge from your system or what's not great for you, but what you can figure out is what's uplifting and what's fun and what's enjoyable. So the more focus and the more you allow that sort of flow of really nice stuff, happy stuff, uplifting stuff, whatever that is, into your life, well, that's actually, when you do it on over time, that's actually going to purge out the things which you don't like, because you're just going to either recognize it or you're just going to stop doing it. Okay, so going into, okay, so was it Thursday? Thursday. All right, this is funny. So they're talking about family here. And, you know, most of us have got a family, and whatever that family may be. And most of us grew up in some kind of family, you know, in some kind of family dynamic, whatever that family dynamic is, you know. There's a lot of different ways we could do this. But it's that thing about, you know, what was the one thing that, you know, came up in that? So, you know, something I heard when I was younger is, oh, money doesn't grow on trees, you know. So it could be that. It could be something like, oh, you know, you can't have everything. Or it could be that, you know, life's not always fun. So pick one thing, okay? Just pick one thing in which, you know, you heard a lot as a kid, which is, you know, a reduction or a detrimental kind of sentence that you heard, and just be aware of if that pops up and when that pops up. And they're saying, you know, if you can, keep this up for a few weeks, a month or two, because it might not actually be those particular words, but it'll be something around that. And so when you're aware of that, and even if you, after you've said it, you go, oh crap, that's what I said. Okay, so this is about going, okay, I'm aware of this, I'm aware that I said that, okay, I'm going to ask my guides to take that, purify it, get rid of it, and I'm going to be more aware of it for next time. And it's that thing that this, you know, those things, they do impact on your perception, on your life, on the way that things go, on the way that you feel as well. So try that out. Okay, so Friday, when are we up to Friday? And I don't know if I'm going back on a day or not. I'm just going to do Friday anyway. Okay, what's on Friday? Okay, so all right. So this is it's saying about what are you passionate about? You know, what's going on here? Where are your passions lie? There's been quite a bit of movement around here, and they're saying that, you know, it's that thing where, okay, you know, people who are working, you do spend a bit of time at work, but what do you do after work? What do you do on the weekends? How do you bring this into your life? How can you bring a little bit more passion into your life? And passion could be something where you're just chilling out reading a book. You're passionate about the book, you're still passionate. So it can be something chilled, it can be something more upbeat. So it's about just trying to implement that a little bit more. Okay, Saturday, what are we on for Saturday? So Saturday, okay, so they're talking about the three kind of ideals that you have about life, you know. So have a think about what are the three things that are most important to you in your life. You know, what are those three things? It could be, you know, fun, it could be integrity, you know, it could be support, it could be, you know, happiness, it could be whatever it could be, you know, safety, whatever that is. So write them down and then actually just have a bit of a think about, okay, how do I create this in my life, or how could I create this more in my life? So yeah, have a bit of a think and a bit of a play with that. Play. Okay, so play, yeah, we're on to Sunday. They're talking about playing. So it's that thing, and this comes up a little bit as well. It's about, you know, what are you doing to really, you know, if you want to call it getting in touch with your inner child, you could call it getting in touch with your actual child, you know, and then your inner child, joining with them. Or if you don't have children, like many of us don't, it's that thing where, you know, it's really about allowing yourself to play and allowing yourself to have a little bit of fun. And even if you do this for, you know, 5 minutes in that day, so, you know, you might skip down the road, you might, you know, have some fun, you might do some gardening, you might think about something really cool, you might go into an imagination land in your mind, you know, but it's that thing about being mindful of that and really allowing yourself to flow with that play and having a bit of fun with it. Okay, so that's it for this weekly review. So I just want to thank you for joining me this week. I hope the information has given you some cool stuff to think about. And yeah, if you would like to see me for a private session. I do lots of things. Basically, I help people create a more happy, more balanced, more fun and fulfilled life. So if you want to do that, give me a call. We can have a talk about how we can do that together, and how I can help you create that within yourself. Okay, beautiful. So yeah, if you like me, share me, pass me around, tell your friends, all that kind of stuff. Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. Big love to you. Namaste. I'll see you next week.